So the idea of me rushing a sorority really came about as a result of me kind of sort of dating a guy my first semester of freshman year. Now, at that time, he was pledging a fraternity, and he kept telling me, hey, next semester, you should really join a sorority. That way, we can go to all the Greek parties together. And of course, I was like, yes, of course, baby, I will do anything you want, be anything you want me to be. Just love me, accept me, just hold me, something. Thankfully, by the time the second semester rolled around, our pseudo-relationship kind of petered out, and so did my interest in joining a sorority. Which is a really good thing if you think about it. I mean, would someone like me actually survive in a sorority? For one, I'm not that much of a partier, so it's pretty safe to assume that around week 3 I would become branded as that weird, creepy loner girl who really shouldn't be a part of our sisterhood. Also, I've noticed from personal experience that I don't really relate all that well with about, I want to say 2/3 of most female personality types. And it's nothing against them. Well, most of them. It's just the things they like, I don't like. The things I like, they don't like. What are we going to talk about? And like I said, I'm not that big of a partier, so it's not like I'm hoping booze will substitute actual conversation in this scenario. But here's the kicker. Most of the personality types, the 1/3 that I get along with best, don't really join sororities. Or they join it, and then they get annoyed, and they drop out, and then they get ostracized from, like, everybody who's even remotely involved in the Greek world at your school. True story. Not my own, thankfully. So that means I would be in a room filled mostly with people that I can't relate to at all. I would become the quintessential wallflower. I mean, for crying out loud, I'd basically have to get one of those shirts that's made out of the same pattern as the wallpaper a la Garden State and just fade into the background and hope to God that nobody comes up to me during the party and talks to me about shoes, or the hills, or stores that sell expensive clothing, or the latest romantic comedy, or more shoes. I mean, let's face it, someone like me would not really survive in the Greek party scene at all. I can only imagine what type of nightmare that would be. So I've been watching Lena's new show Dollhouse, and I have to say I am completely impressed. That show is so intelligently done, and it really raises some interesting philosophic ideas. I mean, who are we? Are we just our memories? If we put new memories in, are we a completely different person, or is there still something about us? I mean, do we have a soul, or is it just our memories? It's just so well done, and the acting is, it's superb. And I mean, I might be a little biased because I think Elijah Dushku is amazing. I mean, she's also a Boston girl, so I can't really hate anybody who's a Boston girl. I'm just so happy that it got renewed for a second season. I was really worried it wasn't because Whedon's last thing, Firefly, got canceled. I mean, they canceled it after 10 episodes. It didn't even show the last couple ones. And it just didn't make any sense whatsoever because that show was also completely well done. But the TV show, even though it only had 14 episodes, had such a cult following that they made a movie to finish up everything. And I think that's so great. I mean, personally, I would have liked it if they had just renewed the show and had the series back up again, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. So what shows have you been watching lately? Are you in line for the ice luge? Oh, no. Okay then, because you're in my way. And of course, I was like, there are sirens. Lots of sirens. Shit is going down. I think the cops finally found my meth lab. Happy. So the idea of rushing a sorority. A sorority. It's a Greek club for hermaphrodites. Okay. Gonna go to hell.